What gives meaning to your day? I don't know where I am. This is crazy.
We're already shooting?
Yeah, we are. It's a beautiful sunset. What could go wrong?
We zijn al gestart dan. Loopt?
Camera loopt.
Check.
Maar dit is heel raar.
Take 2. Check.
Do you have a mission in life?
Definitely.
Oh my god, this is a lot of echo.
Very. Because
This is
that...
not working.
No. Het is echt licht.
My intention with this series is to interview people who have greatly inspired me, and Tom is one of those people. And when I met Tom, it was really, really special because he was the one person who basically taught me that everything was possible in life. I am really excited about seeing him again. I haven't seen him in 1 year and a half, I think. And I miss him. I miss his energy. I miss his sense of purpose. So I really want to try to understand what propels him forward on a daily basis. People are walking, like looking at me with weird faces. It's very weird to shoot these videos on the street. I'm trying to get rid of my limiting beliefs. Why do you like spontaneous actions?
Because you never know what's going to happen. And usually the most magical things happen when you didn't expect them. And if you just open for spontaneity and especially playfulness, and you're not afraid to make a fool out of yourself sometimes, then magical things can happen.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's also how we met.
I think that's how we really met. I think we knew each other before, but when we started doing spontaneous and stupid things, that's how we really met.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
I was living with a friend of mine, and Anna and your friend Diogo came to visit us in Gent, and everybody was already asleep. And then we started to put something on top of something in the table, and then we put something else on top of that, and before we knew it, like an hour later, the entire living room was upside down. Everything that was loose inside the living room got another destination. It got another purpose and another meaning.
I love how this little story connects to our theme of today, happiness and living a meaningful life.
Ooh.
And it's a little bit of a personal
Search.
search.
Personal quest or something. Deel 3.
What's your mission?
My mission is to create a sustainable solution to produce food for our largely increasing population. I think the way we treat food and the way we try to feed our people or our population is just very unsustainable. We throw away way too much food, we eat too much meat, and I want to create like a solution for that.
We hebben hier een mini komkommertje. Do I eat the flower?
Eat everything.
It tastes like a cucumber.
I told you so.
It's really good.
Like a bird on a tree.
It's really, really
I'm
yummy.
just sitting here.
And the cucumber face?
I got time.
What's that?
It's clear to see.
Because microgreens, I think, is the most sustainable way of growing vegetables and micronutrients.
Why is that?
Well, because if you grow a microgreen, let me first explain what a microgreen is, because maybe people don't know.
Yeah.
Microgreen is if you let a seed sprout or germinate.
Yes.
You just put it on a soil, let's say, and you let it grow. Then in the first 10 days, you get like a very small stem with 2 leaves. Those are the first leaf of a plant, and that contains all the nutrients and the essence actually of a plant. And that's a microgreen. So normally chefs like to use it because it decorates very beautiful and it's very gives a lot of flavor, let's say. But my mission is, I think it's too healthy to just use as like a decoration on a plate. So I want people to use it as a salad, like as a main ingredient. Because in order to grow microgreens, you don't need any like nutrients, you don't need any chemicals or pesticides. You just need water, a little bit of heat and light. That's all you need. Yeah.
You don't need pesticides?
Not at all, because it's like it takes only 10 days to grow. So there's never any problems with sicknesses or with diseases, because if you have a disease, you just throw that batch away and you start a new one.
Oh my God!
Meant to be in the great outdoors.
How did you come to this idea?
And I think because I was a vegetarian and I was looking for a good way to like feed my body, I started growing wheatgrass, and I made my own juices of the wheatgrass. Remember that?
I remember that. Yeah. This is our brunch, huh? Today. Lekker. What is the moment of the day that you're always looking for?
Arriving in the morning. The thing is with microgreens, you can caress them. So in the morning you come, you say hello to your plants and you caress them. And they say, okay. I don't know, the coffee in the morning?
Is it?
Yeah,
It's
I
the
was
same
coming
as mine.
here and then drinking the coffee and then seeing what you're gonna do today. And then started. So I started with that, and then I wanted to make I always wanted to be independent and have my own company. So I started a company that was called the Wheatgrass Farmer. But it was really difficult to sell wheatgrass because it's not very, people think it's not very tasty. They need their own juicer, they have to juice it at home and stuff. So it was too difficult. So I had to work in the catering business at restaurants in order to make some money. And then I saw that all the microgreens that they use on meals, they all came from Holland. So that's when I started the company is called Pacha Greens.
Yeah.
And that Pacha Greens comes from Pachamama. And Pachamama means Mother Earth in Quechua, which is an Ecuadorian Indian language.
What is the value that guides everything that you do?
Sustainability.
Yes?
Sustainability and the things that I start, but I start them to create more freedom.
Oh, so we have two here. Sustainability and freedom. And how did you, when you had the idea, how did you know that you could make it work?
I didn't. I just believed in it and I thought there was a big possibility. I just started doing it, first for myself, and then because I was working in restaurants, I started selling to those chefs, and then I had to make an investment because I had to produce a little bit more, and then I had some luck of meeting the right people at the right time. And then little by little, now 2 years later, I went from producing 100 or 200 grams a week to now 50 kilos a week.
I find it very beautiful, and I'm actually really happy that I met you before you started with all this.
True. You knew me when I was still a traveler or something.
Exactly.
Just living with my friend at his couch, working just some regular job, and then
step by step you started building your own company, and with a lot of from the outside, with a lot of sense of commitment and purpose, and so I find that example really inspiring, and that's why I decided to invite you for a conversation.
Nice. And I see that you've invited me to some very fancy place, huh? We're not having this conversation in just any place.
Right?
Have you seen the ceiling on this thing?
I'm going to show them. Very beautiful place.
Top. You.
In Gent. I'm always so happy that you are always up to my stupidity.
What's stupidity?
Like this, for instance.
What did you put about lying on the floor?
Where does your drive come from?
Because I see no other way. For me, failing in what I'm doing is no option anymore, I think. Now, first of all, I'm doing what I really love, growing microgreens and farming and creating. I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm not a very good farmer. I'm more like somebody that has ideas and wants to do them and then starts them. So for me, creating new systems and new ideas is what really drives me. and doing stuff that has impact and that can really make a change. Like that's what drives me.
What advice would you give to people who want to live a more meaningful life but don't really know how?
Just start with one small thing. One thing that you think is meaningful for your life at that moment.
Yeah.
And then just do it. That's actually it. Like with the microgreens, I started growing it in my bedroom even, I think. I just wanted to try it, and then I loved it, I was passionate about it, and then you just, it takes shape.
What's really your drive inside of you?
Well, I think everybody that has a drive or that's an entrepreneur is kind of also like wanted to improve yourself, like wanted to show that you can. I think I have high standards for myself, and I'm able to push myself a lot. Like, you know me, like I've traveled a lot, and I've walked the Camino de Santiago, and I ran a marathon, and I did this motorcycle trip, and
You did 5 Vipassanas.
4. As a traveler, I think for me it was more fun the way to go there than actually arriving. So I always loved traveling on the road. So with my motorcycle, or with a car, or with by foot walking, or doing the Vipassana, or running a marathon. It's always like, I love the process of starting something, wanting to get somewhere, and then finding a way of how to get from point A to where you are right now, and knowing that, and to point B is where you want to be, and you really know why and how, and no, not how, but why you want to get there.
So this is actually the final process.
Basically.
When you put the greens into the boxes.
And this is not plastic, by the way.
No?
This
What is that?
It's made out of corn. It's called PLA, and it's biodegradable.
Perfect.
So you can just compost it.
Wow. It really looks like plastic.
It does, huh? It confuses a lot of people.
Yeah. Really? Yay! Thank you, Tom.
You are very welcome.
Lekker.
Alright, let's go.
What is your definition of happiness?
Happiness is a level of freedom. Having daily freedom to do what you like, what you really, really like. And having the time to think about that. That's
very
freedom
good.
to think about things you like to do. If you don't have the time,
Yes, I like this definition.
yes, you don't have the freedom.
I really
Tom,
like
what
this
do you
definition.
think?
No, I totally agree. I cannot top that anymore.
No, you can't.
No?
The easy way out, mate.
But I do though.
If you look back, then you have the opportunity to say you are happy. Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Oh, okay. That we never realize that we are happy in the moment, but just afterwards.
Thanks, Omer.
Proost. Oh, very important. Please subscribe to the channel.
Oh, and to Pacha Greens,
Of course. I'll link Pacha Greens down below, and you can now click on the button subscribe, because if I don't have viewers on my YouTube, what's the point? So, I'll see you soon.
You're nervous. There we go.
Come on.
They also call me the chicken whisperer.
Yes, they do. That would be funny.
They should.